It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we're going to be taking a look at a can of Browar Okocim Mocne. This is their strong lager coming in at 7% ABV. Now I've just been on Untapped and they've got it down as 6.5% ABV on Untapped. So either this Polish brewery, which is southwest Poland, either they've upped the ABV to 7%, or they've dropped the ABV to 6.5% on a newer version of this can. I either have a new can or an old can. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass, see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening. This is brewed by Carlsberg, Poland. There's a look at the beer, a little bit of haziness going on. Now, something's happened in the strong beer market which I think a lot of people have failed to realise. There's always been a market for Kestrel Super, Carlsberg Elephant beer, Carlsberg Special Brew, Tennant Super. Everybody remembers Tennant Super. Kestrel Super. You don't really see... Now, I was around the shop earlier on picking up some of these beers because I've decided to do a few of these strong lagers because, I mean, people drink them, people enjoy them, and they're quite a fun review to do. But I spoke to the shop owner, and whereas when I was a young kid you'd see Tennant Super and Kestrel Super all of the time, you don't see it so much anymore. And I said to him, do you sell so much of this anymore? And he said, no, basically the Polish beers and the Orangi Boom strong lagers that they now have completely kind of taken that market. So Okocim has basically replaced, and some of the other Polish strong lagers, you can buy Karpacki Strong, which is like 9% ABV. But they're cheaper to produce, they're cheaper to buy, and hence that's the reason why I think they've replaced your Skull Super, Kestrel Super, Tennant Super style beers that we once had in the UK and were kind of a little bit popular in the late 80s, early 90s. So with that said, here's a look at the beer. One finger white head. Good levels of slow moving carbonation on this one. Let's get hold of the aroma. It's a light straw coloured lager, freezing cold as per they've told me to serve it. 500ml can. Aroma. It's strange because what I find from these beers, these strong beers, is that I actually quite like the aroma on them. They make it slightly sweet and the sweet malty syrup, corn syrup. It smells okay. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. And that's not bad. Honestly, it's not bad. All of these strong lagers seem to have a very similar theme. Chill them down, ice cold. There's a little bit of carbonation that pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. It's got a very drinkable, refreshing. It will refresh you. Even at 7%, it will refresh you. It's not overly thick with the ingredients they use, whether that's malt or corn syrup or rice. I don't think it's rice. I think it's more of probably more a combination of malt and corn. And I suppose now's the time to hit that kind of very subject that probably the reason why you're all here watching this, and that is, unfortunately, and do the brewers know that they are brewing this for a certain market? Probably. Is it against the law? No. Will some people drink it just for a buzz? Yes, and that's what it's brewed for, really speaking. Okay, I'm 6 minutes in and I'm just mentioning it now, but I think it needs mentioning. I don't think you're going to buy a 7% lager just to sit down, you know, and connoisseur it and sit down and enjoy it and maybe have a meal with it, that sort of thing. This is to get your fix. This beer has been brewed to get your fix. And I think it's quite a clever thing to do from Carlsberg. I mean, Carlsberg Special Brew had a very notorious name. Special Brew, you know, smash 4 cans of Special Brew and you're going to be wrecked. But I don't think Carlsberg wanted to associate their name with that stigma anymore. So very cleverly, they kind of pared back the Carlsberg Special Brew a little bit, removing their name, but replacing it with Okocim Mocne. The type of person who buys this can of beer is not going to really do too much research into this beer. They're going to just call it Okocim Mocne, 7% ABV, bang, that's going to do a job for me. Essentially what they're doing is they're buying a strong lager that's essentially made by Carlsberg anyway. So Carlsberg are being clever here. They've removed their name from the strong beer market. They're pulling it back slightly. The Carlsberg Special Brew doesn't have that stigma anymore, doesn't kind of point fingers at the brewery, yet Okocim is owned by Carlsberg and this is a 7% ABV lager. So a very clever thing to do, a very kind of, it's all marketing, it's all designed round a table. Trust me, they're all writing stuff on bits of paper, all these marketing people working out what's best for the company. It's a beer designed to do a job. You're going to get a fix on it. There's no bad flavours here. There's nothing wrong with the beer. There's no off flavours. Everything's kind of designed in situ. It's a strong, light lager that's going to do a job, and it's been designed that way, trust me. It's not a beer that even though I drink 7, 8, 9% double IPAs, Imperial Stouts at 12% ABV, I drink that beer for flavour. This beer, there's not too much flavour going on. I'm not here to do a job on myself, so I'm not going to drink 4 cans of this. So for that reason, I don't have too much interest in this beer, but I thought it would be interesting enough to review it on YouTube. I like it enough to give it a 5 out of 10. It's a 5 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!